Hey everyone, I'm Law of the West, and this video is going to be all about Anvil's new dropship, the Valkyrie. I'm going to go over some of its highlights, provide you with all the information that was given during the live shipshape episode from CitizenCon, and finish off with a quick tour of the ship. It should also be noted that the Valkyrie is flyable in 3.3, and went straight from its reveal right to being flight ready and available in-game. This isn't the first time they've done this with a ship, having done the same thing with the Glaive in a previous Gamescom. But it's rather uncommon and a very welcome practice. Here's hoping that they handle more ships like this in the future. Each dropship brings its own uniqueness to the Star Citizen landscape. The Tavaran base prowler uses stealth to get in and drop off its troops, while the Vanguard hoplite boasts a legendary level of endurance and survivability while under fire. The Hercules specializes in being capable of delivering the most vehicles at one time, and the Valkyrie prides itself on blurring the line between dropship and gunship. I wanted to take a second and do a full walk around the outside of the Valkyrie, because looking at it, it's hard to imagine how they managed to squeeze 2 decks, 2 remote gunner positions, a pair of window turrets, 20 personnel seats, 5 bunks, a bathroom, a small kitchen area, a hangar bay that's capable of housing a vehicle, a pilot seat, and 2 turret positions that all fit within the confines of this housing. It's going to be offered in one of 2 liveries, one of them being the same as the Valkyrie that we saw during the CitizenCon demo, which has kind of a shiny polished brass look to it, and the other is going to be more of a standard military skin, with muted tones, and is going to be more indicative of the look that you're going to be seeing the Valkyrie from Squadron 42 having. The Valkyrie was designed from the ground floor up as a dropship, specifically for going from a larger carrier like the Bengal down to the surface of a planet. So the structural layout of its interior is designed for atmospheric combat, and is specifically not designed for spaceboarding. That's why if you open the doors, it's going to vent everything. That's by design. It's meant to act as a planetary assault ship, and its interior reflects that. That doesn't mean that you can't attack and board another ship from space. You're just going to have to be a bit more mindful of your actions if you do. The turnover rate for the Valkyrie was extremely fast, with its production time spanning only 2 months from finishing the concept to going to flight ready. During that time, it had a team of 5 artists and 2 designers working on it, with apparently the hardest part being getting it into the build without anybody spotting it. Let's talk about turrets for a second. The bottom turret is rather interesting in its design. A lot of bottom turrets flip 180, which gives you great visibility, but can be a bit disorientating, especially if you're looking down at the surface of a planet while you're flying above it. As you can see in the Connie, you don't flip 180 when getting into the bottom turret, and as a result the view really suffers and ends up showing off more of your legs than the battlefield. In the Valkyrie, you stay facing the right way up, like in the Connie, but your seat actually pitches inside of the turret as you adjust your aim. So when you pitch down with your guns, your body moves along with it. This gives you a completely unrestricted view when you're looking down as the gyros from the turret actually move around within the turret frame. As stated before, the Valkyrie is purely designed to be a dropship. It can carry 20 people, and there's a gun rack for every one of them located next to their seat. Unfortunately, there's no hidden cargo grid in the rover bay. It is going to be strictly used for storing a vehicle. It has been built with some modularity in mind, so if they ever decided to change the function of the ship, it would be a relatively easy thing for them to add in. Ideally, truth be told, I've never been a big fan of dropships. That is until this one came along. With the amount of combat that's being added into the game, and the addition of new missions, like the underground fort which was displayed in the CitizenCon demo, I see a growing need for ships like this. A ship that could hold its own during air-to-ground assaults, while being capable of dropping off a rather large assault group to take out the remaining targets that are still on the ground, and then being able to transport every one of the ground forces back to the safety of a larger ship that's stationed in orbit. This ship also does a great job of conjuring images of the dropship from Aliens, fulfilling yet another sci-fi fantasy of mine by bringing it to life within the confines of this game, and is done with a level of fidelity that I've never seen done before. Okay, so I promised to walk through the ship, so let's get to it. I'm going to start the tour with a cockpit, which lies beyond these double blast doors that the pilot can close and lock as an extra layer of security. The MFDs are arranged in a horizontal fashion, much like they are in the Terrapin and the Hawk, which makes it easy to see everything that you need with a single glance. Now, these two seats are the controls for the remote turrets that are mounted onto the wings. I'll sit down just to show you how the animations look. It's very similar to, if not an exact copy of the seat found in the Terrapin. It even has that same looking harness and display that comes down and locks you into place. And there's not really much else to see there, so we're going to get up and keep going. Yeah, there's the other one right there. And it's just pretty much the exact same thing, just repeated on the other side. Here's one of the beds, and a couple more beds, and a balcony that overlooks the vehicle bay. And here's like a little food dispenser tray area. It's kind of going a little nutty right now. But just the fact they managed to work one of those in a ship of this size is really kind of neat. And this over here is where the top turret is located. This is how you access it. And once again, I just want to show off the animations. I want to sit down, pull up into it, and just show it off very briefly. And head back down again. And from here, I think we're going to go head over to the bathroom. And this is the bathroom right here. Which looks amazingly clean because seeing how you share it between 20 other guys. So, good job, gentlemen. Good job. And this is the way downstairs. It's a little glitchy right now, so we'll forgive it. That's alright. Through this hallway is where 10 out of the 20 transport seats are located. Over here are a few lockers. This leads to where the bottom turret is located. I've already gone in there and shown it off, so I'm just going to keep moving on. And the other 10 seats are located in this room that loops back into the hangar. These right here have to be among the best options found in this ship. Located next to each one of these shuttered windows is a mounted gun that you can use to fire out along the sides of the ship. And the openings can be used for troops to jump out of while you cover them with a hail of bullets. It's very reminiscent of Vietnam-era footage and really helps to further authenticate the dropship feel of this vessel. I'm glad that I have two people here in the frame to show you just how wide open these windows are and how much room they give you to work with. As you can see, there's plenty of space for the gunner to do his business and still have ample room for another person to jump out at the same time. Now I'm going to head over to the other side and take control of one of these for myself. Each one of these guns has a great range of motion and, more importantly, they're just fun to use. Overall, the Valkyrie is a great dropship that has the ability to transport a vehicle, but is mainly focused on troop transport. It's going to have superior VTOL control while within an atmosphere, and it has mostly dual, medium-sized components, with the exception of having 4 medium-sized fuel tanks and a single medium-sized quantum drive, jump module, and quantum tank. For weapons, it has 2 size 2 guns slaved to the pilot's control, 2 size 3 remote turrets mounted on the wings, 2 mounted size 1 gun doors, and a pair of turrets armed with twin size 3s located along the dorsal and belly of the ship. Well, that's going to be it for this look at the Valkyrie. Thanks for dropping by, and take care.